Hello, how are you? And Ching is here and I'm here anyway. So we're really going to study the very last one of the purposeful movement. So this is the nice focus. All the time we do this. Chinese, this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 spaces. That's why I put into 9. Okay, so what's missing that we haven't talked about? Which part of your body we haven't talked about? Have you wondering about it? I'm going to sit down because it's easier to do all this. Now you know it's not the leg, right? So here you go. It's your forearm. Isn't that cool? So we already talked about the scapular relationship with the upper arm, with the glenohumerus joint, rotator cuff muscle, all this stuff. Now we're going to talk about the forearm, your wrist, okay, and your finger. There's metacarpal also. So let's start with the arm. So that's your elbow right here. Okay, let's talk about the elbow actually. So you're going to flex and extend. So that's the terminology of the movement. I flex my elbow, I extend, okay, my elbow. So you can see the forearm flex up and extend. That's bicep and tricep of the distal portion, the proximal to your shoulder. So now the forearm has two more movements called pronation and supination. So supination is like you're holding a cup of soup. Pronation, you dump the soup. Don't dump the soup unless it's no good. Okay, so pronation, supination. So you have flexion, extension, pronation, supination. You have to bend your elbow, kind of do it. And this movement is really good to what? You turn on the keys, right? You open the doorknob. So there's a beautiful movement we have right here. Okay, so now next part come down, you have 8 carpals. We have 5 tarsals, right? 8 carpals here give us what? Flexion, extension. I'm going to stand up. So flexion, extension, can you see? So this flexion is something we do all the time. Extension we don't do often unless you do push-ups. And of course, a lot of us don't like push-ups. So flexion, extension. If I'm standing here, this anatomic position. So if I move my thumb toward my thumb, that's abduction. Remember, away from the midline, adduction. The 2 bones here on the forearm, radius and ulnar. So sometimes we call it ulnar deviation or radius deviation. So what does this movement? Hammering, right? Chopping food, doing things. So karate chop too. So from here, so that's ulnar deviation and radius deviation. So if you are a carpenter, you do this a lot. Good things. I have nail gun now. So that's your carpal. You have 5 metacarpals. That's the long bones, right? Inside. What you see is it's actually a tendon, just like your foot. Remember, we pop those tendons out. Okay, so you have 5 metacarpals, 1 to the thumb, 4 to the fingers, right? What's in the last part? Fingers and thumb. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about thumb, because the brain and the thumb makes us better than other mammals. So the thumb has flexion, extension, adduction, abduction, opposition. Okay, I do that one more time. Flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, right? Go to it, away, and the opposition. The 4 fingers, right? You have 12 phalanges, okay? Each finger has 3 sections, so 3 joints. Okay, so you can see 1, 2, 3. It's so nice to get to know your body, right? So 1, 2, 3, times 4, 12. Thumb, you only have 2. From here to the knuckle, okay? So that's 2. So 12 plus 2, 14. So 14 phalanges. We're going to do all that. So your finger can do flexion, extension, abduction, adduction. Isn't that cool? Flexion, extension, abduction, adduction. We are going to put all those movements you just learned together. Focus on the hands movement, okay? Hands and finger, because all this muscle come to here. Remember, it's 1. It's 2 parts, but it's 1. We need that, otherwise we're not connected. We won't be able to walk or do anything with your hands. So because everything we do in life is in the flexion. Starting out bicycle, driving, right, holding the handle here, right? You gardening, you chef cooking, you play the piano instrument, your finger constant flex. So we want to be fair. So when we're creating exercise for your hands, we try to cover all the movement we just said, okay? So we're gonna recover and strengthen the hands so we can use it for a long time because they are wonderful, they're magical. And so I call it youthful hand. So you don't grow old like this, like arthritis attack. So another thing I tell people, my clients, arthritis prevention or kicking the arthritis out. I always say arthritis autoimmune, right? They think something's wrong, but nothing's wrong. They come to fix, they cause the trouble. So they create more trouble because they think there's trouble, but they forgot they're the one did it. So I just say, you can come, but do not put the luggage down. You are not checking in and stay. We're moving you out, okay? So with what? Movement, right? Breathing, nutrition. Don't eat stuff that give you inflammation, okay? So that's when arthritis is gonna come to fix it because your body's so smart. Okay, that's all the talk. You ready? We're gonna move. Your shoulders, scapula, right? Neutral. I'm gonna bend both my arm. So my hand's a little higher, but not higher than my shoulder. I'm going to do extension of my thumb and finger. You can feel all these extensor muscles. You can see that tendon. If I squeeze on the sacral flexion, I can feel all the flexor on the softer, lighter portion of your arm, okay? This is because the sun, you know, if I gardening, outdoor, biking, the sun touches there and your back, right? So, so you got the yang part and the yin part. You need both. Okay, here we go. It's already there. We just need to know how to use it, right? Here we go. Exhale 1 and 2. Hollow tummy 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and the 10. Now you're gonna imagine you're wearing a boxing glove. So you squeeze, there's foam, right? So it's got a little resistance 1. So this is called flexion 2. Hollow tummy 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the 8 and the 9 and the 10. Good. So you just establish extension, flexion. That's the very first exercise, okay, and taken care of, okay, prevention of arthritis or stiff hands. So the very first exercise has A and B. We're going to use that and then we're going to add the abduction, right? So here we go. I'm going to second exercise of your hands, connect to your arm, right? So here we go. I'm going to put my finger together. It's abduct. See the separation? But together, okay? So now I'm going to use each other against. I'm going to press into my finger, my palm open. My upper arm does abduction and does abduction. So I also strengthen my middle deltoid, press out, a little bit pec major, and those muscles, right, go together, exhale. So I put up, you can see my palms separating, my palms separating. I didn't want to do here because people tend to raise the shoulder and, you know, not focus on the posture, okay? So inhale, exhale again. We're going to do 3 more. Hollow tummy and look forever far and return. So I just stretch out the pommel tendon, connect to the phalanges. So now we're going to use them. So kind of wiggle it out a little bit, shake it out. Okay. I'm going to the third exercise of the hands. I'm going to pivot on the heel of my palm. Can you see that? I'm going to extend with my finger or my thumb. They all extend. Then I'm going to flex. I'm going to pivot. I collapse my hand together and pivot, collapse my hand together. Then tricky, and interlace the fingers, start with the right thumb up. So right hand lead. Then change. Oh my goodness, that's really hard. at the beginning. So your left thumb up, all the left finger in front of your right finger. Okay, you ready? Shoulder sound. I'm turning this way so you can see my hands. Okay, ready? You have inhale and the exhale. Inhale and the exhale. And the inhale and the exhale. Last one, we're going to do 4 times and exhale. So you notice I'm hugging myself. I'm trying to stabilize my shoulder, really work on the forearm muscle. We're going to start with the left hand lead. So the left thumb's outside the right and go into this opening, the big abduction of the thumb and first finger. And so that's called claps hand. Interlace your finger. Left starts. Left and left's coming out. Again, inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Repeats again from the right one. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. If you can't do this fast, it's okay. And exhale. I'm just following my breath. Now start the left hand and the inhale. Exhale. If it's really hard, you know, you have something to play with every right, today, tomorrow, for a week, and go until you get used to it. Inhale, exhale, go. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Oh, good job. Shake it out. Can you feel all that warmth? You don't get this from working on the dumbbell. See, we do flex again. You're grabbing whole things in exercise. You're not working all this flexor, extensor. You're not targeting the deep, you know, all the nuance, right? There's a muscle there. You're going to talk to them. Okay, so now, usually in my class, if the people already know this in the different levels, we will do this in the horse stance. So I'm going to show you the next exercise, right? The fourth one, called the eagle clawing. So I'm here. In the Qigong Taiji Chuan, we'll call this horse stance martial art, right? But I give it a nice nickname. It's called a spiritual triangle. Can you see a nice, beautiful triangle if I put my arm out? I got 2 triangles. Oh, I'm even more spiritual. Okay, so now I'm going to go like this. I'm going to do an eagle claw. So you know how the clawing, and go. You can see you again. I'm so sorry if you're an animal lover. So the nature is not kind, right? But that's the system. So the eagle grab a rabbit, right? So they have to hold. So we're really working on that strength to hold it, and you fly back to your nest to feed your young. So right here, the trick is I add a little spiral to it because you can grab hold more, right? So that's why the jaw, if you spiral, it's very tight. Inhale, exhale 10 times again. Engaging my abdominals, 5 checkpoint. I adding the strengthening of my quadricep. Exhale 1, hollow tummy 2, and 3. Powerful hands 4, and 5. If they powerful, what happened? They are young. 6, hollow tummy 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Shake it out. Right? Okay. Next one is much harder because the mind really have to come in. So everybody sit down. Okay, here we go. Right? Once you learn it well, you can do the spiritual triangle position. We're going to count with our fingers, right? Usually go 1, 2, 3. Those are easy. I made it a little tricky because it connects to the meridian. So the acupuncture meridian and pressure points, right? So I'm going to use my little finger. Your hands and the arm has 6 channels that all connects to your internal organ. But I'm not going to go there. We're just going to do the exercise because too much to talk about and too much information too. So we just stay a little basic right now. That's what purposeful movement is. What's the purpose? The missing fundamental. This is just fundamental. Your little finger has 2 meridians, heart and small intestine. Heart and small intestine as a pair. The organ always pair, yin and yang. Of course, you know that, right? So this is actually a really, really important finger, but we don't use it. So arthritis is going to attack. You use your thumb so much, arthritis attack. So where, you know, loud, right? Problem, because you're supposed to move them. So 1 will be your little finger. okay? Both sides, of course. 2 will be the bunny ear or peace, right? That's how I grew up with the hippies. My mother would say, what are you doing? So, 2, this is 3, okay? I didn't become a hippie, but, my father worked on a college. I see a lot of sign. The peace, okay? So I'm sorry, wow, it's really interesting. So you have 3 is okay. I learned this from the American kids growing up. My neighbor, a lot of American kids, they're in support of the Vietnam War. And the Taiwan was maintenance land too. The ULNAR for the soldiers, all this stuff. So anyway, so this is 3 and 4, 5. That's easy, right? Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see I abduct every finger. 5, that's the extension, all finger. Here comes the trick. 6, I'm gonna flex my 3 finger in the middle. So I'm separate, I'm letting go the 2 problems out. So that's 6. That's actually Chinese 6, okay? We can use one hand to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So if you do this, you go to market, you're holding the basket, you only have one hand left. So, okay, so that's Chinese 6. So ready? Here goes 6, 7, Chinese 7, 8, 9, 0. If that's really hard, you can put your hands, you put your fist here, 6, you go 7, and let one out, 8, and let the other one out, 9, and then 0. Okay, we need 0 because that makes 10, makes 100, makes 1,000. So ready, shake it out. You ready? Let's do the whole thing with the breath. 4 sets. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And exhale. 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 0. And as you can see, I'm waving in soft waves, right? So you don't want to go, right? You're not counting, you were actually moving. So you want, it's all waves and spiral, and 3 and 4. Sign language, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. One last set. I appreciate people that sign language now. It's incredible talent. But they have to practice, get to where they are. So you just have to practice. And the 9 and 0. Oh, can you feel all that? The whole arm, right? So not crazy. Okay. You ready? Last one, also 2 parts. We're going to imagine you're an octopus. You went into the ocean. And the other second part, you're on the land. Okay? So I'm going to do this standing so you can see a little better. So I'm going to incorporate the medial rotate, laterally rotate, because that gives us a lot of movement, right, in that joint. It's called a range of motion is in the joint. Muscle use those range of motion creates movement. So here we go. Your octopus. I'm going to put my hands here to say, hey, first responder, okay? Shoulder down, your head suspend from above. Nice preparation. Spiritual triangle. Exhale, 1. And the 2, sorry, swim away. Exhale, 3. So you have flexion, extension, laterally rotate, medial rotate, flexion of the wrist, right? And the finger. Extend the wrist and finger. Let's do 2 more. Like deep ocean, swim away. One last one. Okay, on the land, you go inhale, slow motion. Just like the octopus. Slow motion. Keep it slow so you can, right, pay attention. Let's say we're going to do 5 more. Sometimes I talk a lot, right? I forgot the counts. And 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so that's the slow motion. Now we're going to get a little faster and faster. So inhale is a full movement. Exhale, so inhale, extend, flex. Okay, so here we go. Inhale, exhale, inhale. So I'm isolating this part now. Because it's getting faster, I'm not going to moving the elbow, extend, flex, because I don't have time, right? Fast will be short distance. And go, good. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Fast 1. You ready? We're going to do 2 even faster. We're waking on the fast twitch muscle. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You ready? 3. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, can you feel that nice burning fire, heat? Okay. You don't get that from dumbbell. Here we go. Nice and tall. They're different purpose. Okay, so you ready? Inhale, exhale, left arm. I can put my hands in the back, in my shoulder back, or right here, either way. And go. Exhale. You can do this sitting down. I'm standing, so I hope you can see it a little better. And exhale. You must swim away. As to 5 more, swim away. Medial rotate, laterally rotate. I'm hugging, so I'm using my long-headed triceps, hugging my body. So I can really, getting the right movement. Let's do 1 more. Exhale, inhale. You ready? On the land, grab. Slow motion, grabbing something from the counter, right? From the floor. Little kids grab everything, right? On the floor, like closer. And inhale, exhale. Exhale. 3 more. See how soft everything is? This is all extend, wrist, finger, flex, wrist and finger. Same thing, extend the elbow and you flex elbow. So it's a big movement. So involve all 3 portion. Now we're gonna isolate this. Just happen the wrist and fingers. Okay. Inhales 1, exhales 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now 1, 2 on the inhale. 1, 2, 2, 2. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Sometimes your hands doesn't want to listen to you. Exhale. Good. Relax. Ooh. So as for the arm and the hands, they are together, the forearm and the hands. And there's more, of course, there are always more exercise. Those just the foundation to using all the movement you just learned, put it together so you have a nice phrase of movement. And that conclude the whole night focus on the purposeful movement. And I'm going to start uploading shorter, for different exercise that you can learn. Something like even how, like a preparation, 3 preparation for the push-up before you even do the push-up, because you want to know what you should focus on, right? We got lots of those coming up. So I can exhale now, because the hardest part to teach is this purposeful movement, because to some people it's like too much information, it's boring. When we're gonna move, you will move, right? You will play Beethoven, but right now you're not. You're gonna play the scale, right? Until you're really good at it, and then you can look at you, because you have to multitask after. So this is it, okay? And go to my website, Heights Wellness. Same thing, you're already in the YouTube. So the Heights Wellness website will show you the 2-3 days immersive workshop. If you come from far, you can stay and come visit me in my studio. We can talk about all this stuff with much better detail, breaking down and corrections. So I know when you go home, you can do correctly. When you go home, you will have a video, which is unlisted right now. That's only the privilege for people taking the workshop. And it's beautiful because it has an anatomy chart, everything goes into it. Very fancy. From working with my web designer, he has all that much better skill. I'm level 1 for videoing, and that's it. And take good care, sharing. If you don't remember, watch it again, take a notes, first one, second one, third one, then start memorize, right? It's all about memorization. You know by now. So I really thank you for your attention, and you take good care, and I'll see you at the next YouTube session. Okay? Thank you.